What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've actually streamed any game development, so I decided, why not? I'm at the new apartment, which is a lot better of a place to actually like stream and record videos and all that. I think for the just future for I'm gonna be trying to stream as much as I can, but there'll probably be more streams than videos, like actual tutorials. Just because it's a lot easier for me to actually just sit down and stream and work on a project that I was already going to work on anyway. Making a video takes a lot of time, a lot of research, writing even sometimes. So um, there will be more videos that are actually produced and all that. But for right now, yeah, I'm just gonna do some streams. And today I'm gonna be working on a project that I'm working on with my brother. It's called Project Degeneracy. That's a name, work in progress name. It is, let's see. It is a game that, like I said, I'm working with my brother. With my brother. One thing I've noticed is that I really don't have the time to work on a game that has a story, has a ton of art, has a ton of different like unique gameplay and all that. Which sounds kind of sad, but what I realized is I need a sandbox. I need to work on a sandbox game, something that I can just sit down, maybe for a few minutes every single day, add just a small little bit of content or gameplay here and there, and slowly build a I don't know, kind of a fun sandbox game. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you guys what the project is. So I'm gonna run it. By the way, I have a widescreen monitor that I'm forcing to be 1080p. So my screen's a little bit warped. It's a little bit weird, but we'll get through it. Anyway, this is the main menu. It's really simple. I'm just gonna click start. He is naked. That's just because he's the base character. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get mad at me for that. Anyway, so we got this cop guy right here. And if I click space, we'll get a menu of options. I can click nothing, or I can click talk. Actually, let me go full screen. Okay, so he has a little bit of dialogue. I can say whatever name I want. It's not fitting in screen, so maybe we can fix that today. You can say that you're, in the beginning of the game, you're going to create a character and you can actually provide a name. By default, the name is Anon, just for anonymous. So you can tell him your name, and he says it's nice to meet you. Or, oh yeah, and another thing that the cop has is he has something I'm working on called a brain, which can store memories. So if you talk to him, that's a new memory. If you throw an item at him, that's a new memory. And each memory has a positive or negative effect of their opinion of you. So if you do a bunch of negative things to the cop or to any person that you meet, they're going to store that in a list of memories, and then it will total up what their opinion is of you. And then they'll change their dialogue based on that and change their actions. So, he forgot our name, so we're going to help him out. Or actually, why not? Let's lie to him. Yeah, okay, so he seems to remember us as Kevin. So I'm going to pick up these two soda cans right here and kind of demonstrate what I was talking about. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to throw it at him. And if we talk to him, he'll remember that. And he'll remember that as long as the game runs. It's actually random. Sometimes he won't mention it. I'm going to make it so that when you talk to him, there's a random chance that he'll recall a really strong negative memory. and that should drive the dialogue a little bit. But you can still talk to him like normal. It's just, he'll remember the can that you threw at him. But yeah, that's basically what I got. I mean, it's a really simple project. Worked on it for a couple days. There's a little inventory system that's, all you can do is click on an item and throw it. What I want to work on in this stream is loading tile maps from Tiled. I already started a little bit. Let me close this. Why can't I close it? There we go. Already started a little bit. We got a, I'm going to be using, like I said, Tiled, and I'm going to be using it in infinite map mode, which is pretty cool. Let me actually bring up Tiled. This is the tiled map that I'm working with. This is a sprite sheet for another project. I'll show you guys eventually, but yeah, so I'm just borrowing some of the tiles right here. For right now, the tiles are just going to be used for collision detection and for pathfinding. My brother, he's working on the actual art for the game, so once he has some in there, we can make these tile maps look a little better. For now, let's try to get this loaded. Oh, thanks, Walter. Appreciate the $2. Pair character doing a shaka sign with his hand saying cool. All right, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, about this game, it's basically literally like we have no idea for it. I mean, it's kind of one of those games where you can just kind of do everything. We'll see how it turns into, what it turns into. I think that's a lot of fun. I think there's like exploration through like game design, all that through programming and through the art that you make, and just telling stupid stories with your friends can generate a lot of really cool ideas. All right, so I'm actually not that good with C# XML parsing. First off, let's see if we can actually load the file. Okay, so the way I have it set up right now is we have this content folder. Inside the content folder, we have a folder for maps. I'm not using the monogame content pipeline to actually load these tile maps yet. I might create a custom loader for it. There are a couple libraries out there, but they're very far behind. I would prefer to have something that's a little bit more up to date. So I'll probably be working on one of those myself. But anyway, so the way I have it set up is if the file's newer, it will get copied into the location where the binary is actually built. So we should be able to go into our asset loader and actually just load it up. And actually, we might need to add a new asset type. So let's see. We got, yeah. So the way this is working right now is there's just a dictionary for every single type of asset. So like images, sprite fonts, and item definitions and stuff like that. In the future, I want to be able to have asset packs. So you can say, like, let's say if you load into a level, you can say load all the assets for this level. And ideally, if it's not too memory intensive, it would cache that so that when you load into another level, it won't have to uncompress all the data and everything like that. But for right now, it's just really simple, just a dictionary full of data, resources. And there's just a common interface. This basically just wraps the content. I don't know if you guys know anything about monogame and how it works. This is basically just a singleton that uses the content manager along with whatever other file loader that we want to use. So let's create a new type variant tile map. So if we want to grab a tile map, then we're just going to return. And this isn't the nicest thing to do, honestly, but it makes a really easy interface for querying, files and stuff. Game over written in a pixelated way. Oh, definitely. We have to have that. Thanks, Andrew. All right, let's see. What are we doing? Okay, so now we need to load our tile map. So we're just gonna do that manually right here. Tile maps. We're gonna name this test level, and we're gonna actually look up how to load a file. Actually, real quick, let's see. I think it's system.io.read text reader, string reader, file. Okay, read all text. Okay, cool. And that's going to be in under maps. Actually, it might be content maps. Content maps, then what is it called? Let's see. Test map. All right, let's see how this works. Okay, so this is going to read in the actual text, and then we want to initialize a new tile map, which, whoops. I'm still getting used to this editor, by the way. It is, it's called Writer. It's one of the IntelliJ projects, or IDEs. I really like it. It's incredibly powerful, especially when it comes to renaming stuff, refactoring, and everything. So I really like that part of it. All right, let's jump into the tile map and actually print the path to make sure, or actually, why don't we debug and make sure that we're actually loading it. I don't know if we can. There we go. Why don't we actually write the path? Oh, you know what that's going to do? Oh, we need to move that. Actually, let's go back. Let's delete this. Let's paste it here. Let's delete that. Okay, then we're going to go in here, and this is where we're going to actually load the text. So we're going to do text is equal to system.io.file.read all text. We're going to pass in the path. All right, so let's write the actual text, and hopefully we get that. Yeah, and one thing that really blew me away about using monogame and Writer on Linux is that you can actually fully cross-compile for Windows directly on Linux, just using .NET, which is super cool. It means that because my brother, he works primarily on Windows, and a lot of my friends, and also obviously we want to target Windows. It's going to be a really, I mean, it's going to be the biggest platform. So it's really nice being able just to quickly make builds. All right, let's see what's up. And release those for Windows without changing anything. That's not gonna help us. We're in bin. Okay, so debug, netcore. Let's try running it from here. Yeah, okay, so it still crashes. Content, let's check out content, make sure that's set up the way we think. Test map TSX. Oh, it's TMX. Okay, TMX. I've been writing too much TypeScript. Way too much TypeScript. TMX. All right, let's try that. There we go. Okay, so we're actually loading our file. Windows is such a big boy. Linux is small brain. Okay. Yeah, no way. Won't never regretted moving to Windows or Linux. Though I still have a Windows partition just for my games. Okay, so okay. All right, so we have the text. Now we want to create a XML. Okay, so let's actually take a look at the TMX file. The really nice thing about Tiled is that the save file it's plain text. It's not a binary file, so it's really easy to work with, especially if you have good tools for parsing XML. Now, I don't work a lot with C#. It's been a long time, so I'm not super familiar with how to parse the XML. I did do it once for the item though, so let's see if I can find where I did that. I think it's in assets actually, the asset loader. Yeah, okay, so let's create a new document. It looks like we can actually use the document to load the file, so why don't we actually just do that? So let's comment that out for right now. Doc.load, and then we're going to pass in the path. And I just realized the font might be a little small, so let me adjust that a little bit for you guys. See, how many people do we got on the stream? I'm not expecting very many, just because it's been a while, but let's see. Looks like we got 3 on YouTube and actually 2 on Twitch. That's pretty cool. What did I say? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so let's see. Go back to the asset loader. Okay, so we want to... Okay, so you can get an element by tag name. So if we look at the... Split this screen. Man, I'm used to having such a big screen, and now it's so small. Okay, so we got a couple things. We got the XML tag. I don't think we have to look at that. We want to find the map. So var map is equal to doc.get element by ID. Is that what we want? Get element by tag name. All right, we're gonna get map, and then we'll do our actual error handling later. So don't worry about that. Okay, so we need to load a tile set. So let's see, we can have more than one tile set. We'll never have more than one. So I'm gonna create a new public function that's gonna return a parse tile set from a node. I don't know what the type of the node is. XML node probably, okay. All right, we don't have a tile set, so let's actually create that. And don't yell at me, I'm gonna make all my fields public. I don't see any point in doing, or either public or making them getters and setters, or properties. Okay, so we got our first GUID. Okay, so let's do the name. We're gonna default that. Let's do set, default that just an empty string. Public string, what else we got? So the tile set has an image, but I'm gonna lump the two together. So let's see, so we got tile height, tile width. So that's gonna be, let's make that a vector 2. Tile size, we're gonna default that to vector 2, 0. And then tile count. We're not really going to need the tile count because we can actually calculate that ourselves. It might save us a little bit of processing power, but we don't really ever need to know the tile count. Okay, so we need the source file, or I guess we could have the source file for debugging purposes, so we can see what image is dying or something. My brackets are sin? No. This is such a waste of space. It's such a waste of space. I had an argument for why I like having my brackets up here once, but I can't really think of why. Yeah, I don't know. For me, like this right here, this is a code, like this is a block of code that to me seems like it's not associated with anything. If I move the bracket up here, then it seems like this code block right here, this block of code is associated to this tile set. Same with like functions. Like up here, I can create a scope wherever I want and do stuff in there, and that's fine, and it's not associated to anything. So having it just float with the bracket style like this is totally fine. But when I open up a function definition, I like associating my code block with the actual function. I don't know. It's just something I like. It's what I've done since I started programming. Okay, so we need the source. Okay, and then we want the width and the height of the image. So I'm gonna do public, and I just realized this is not capitalized. We're gonna do tile or image size. And we're going to initialize that to 0 also. Okay, cool. So now our tile map should have a tile set. And we're not going to set it to anything. I don't really like having nulls in my program, so I'm going to wrap it in option type, since it's going to, like, there is a chance that we won't need a tile set for something. I don't know. Let's see, what do we got here? It's less accessible than, oh, gotcha. Okay, so I made it private, but we're going to want that public. So we're going to want to access that from outside. And we probably want the chunk to be public also. Same with the layer. Okay, so yeah, we wrapped in an option. This basically says, this basically forces us to check for the null case. So if there's ever a time where a value could or could not be present, I like to wrap them in an option. And if you're familiar with like OCaml or Scala or a lot, like even Python has them. That's basically what they are. It's similar to that, the option type or the whatever you want to call them. All right, so tile set node. That's going to be map.next or child something. Oh, I see. Okay, so we want to, how do I handle this over here? We set this to XML node list, because it's going to have a list of XML nodes, right? I think that's correct. Or not. Might have to look this up. Look up item def, node attributes. I thought there was a way to, from an XML node to get the next, like its child. What do we got? Length has a index. Oh, I see. So we need to get, okay, so this is going to return a list, and we want to get the first element. So I see what's going on. We're just going to be bad and index it directly. We'll fix that later. First child. Okay, cool. So we got the node, and we're going to set our tile set link. I don't know link that well. Link's pretty cool though. Oh, you know what? It's like select or something. I don't remember how to do that. I don't know if the XML node list. Okay, so it doesn't. Why don't we instead do I don't know. We'll fix it later. Like, since this file gets generated, I'm not super worried. Like, I'm never going to manually edit this. We might get issues if tile changes versions, but we'll take that. You can pass a function to filter stuff. Okay, yeah. So I've used, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so it's kind of like a filter in JavaScript or something. All right, so tile set, we want to load the tile set. Maybe we'll have tile set load itself. Nah. Okay, so we're gonna say tile set is equal to new sum. We're gonna do parse tile set. All right, and then we're gonna pass in the node, pass in map. All right, and then we should get a tile set. Actually, you know what we should do is we should make this return the option, like this. That way, we're not wrapping a potentially null value. All right. We'll just create a new tile set right up here. We'll return a tile set option. All right, cool. And now we will load the tile set. So the XML node, let's see what we got. We want to check the properties. We want to look for the tile width, or the name, the tile width, and tile height. So we're going to go var name. It's going to be equal to tile set dot attributes. There should be an attributes. Oh, sorry. We want the node. Attributes. How does this work? Okay, so I guess you index it like a dictionary. That value. Let's see, what's it saying? It's actually giving me the same error up here. I wonder if it will compile. Let's try it. Is it compiling? I don't actually see build. I think it compiled. Did it not? Load failed. Oh, so we're missing the SDK. What happened? Oh, really? Oh, that's rough. Yeah, sometimes we, for my work, we do pair programming, but it's never like a group of people. What happened? I don't get this. It just like stopped working. All right, I'm gonna restart my editor. See if that does it. Five senior devs and you. Well, I guess it's a great way to learn. Being dragged over the coals isn't sometimes that bad. Okay, so it loaded. I don't know what happened there. Let me make sure .NET is okay. I did do an update recently, so I don't know. I don't know what that was. Let's get back to it. Let's try building. Command.NET task. So the content pipeline looks like it's failing. What are we looking for? Monogame. All right, let's try loading the content pipeline, seeing. Pipeline has crashed. I think something happened with my... Let's try manually not work. Ask it politely not to fail. Of course, this happens only when I'm actually on stream. Speaking of which, I'm gonna take a look at how it looks. I actually didn't check it. This is annoying. Okay, so let's see. It was not possible to find any compatible framework version. So, is there an update or something that I'm missing? Okay, let's try reinstalling .NET. Alright, time to Google. Alright, what's the error? .NET Arch. You can resolve the problem by installing the specified install SDK. I thought that's what I just did. Well, maybe the stream will turn into screwing around with Lua or something. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time worrying about this, so why don't I show off lower your version to 3.10. How do I do that? Let's see. Okay, there's got to be a version thing. We're at version 5. That's the newest version. Should be up to date. Let's see. Why don't we work on my other project? We'll continue on this once I straighten out my environment. Like I said, I just did a big update, and yeah, I didn't really think things through. Anyway, so let's open up C-Line. Do I have C-Line? Let's install C-Line. And I guess for now I can open up the project and just show you guys how it's going. So this is a project that I'm planning on finishing this year. At least I'm gonna try, and it's a pretty ambitious one. It has it has a story. It has a tile map. You know, it's a pretty big game, big world, all that stuff. What's going on? GLX errors. Yeah, okay, so obviously, yeah, okay, so I'm guessing I updated my system and I'm gonna have to restart my computer. That's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna restart my computer. I'll be back. Hopefully that fixes our .NET issue. I don't know why I didn't restart before the stream. I should have, but you know how it goes. So I'll be back in a bit, guys. Thanks for